Hey, shalom, guys. Welcome to another episode. We are actually continuing our series going over the Ten Commandments. Today, we're going to be talking about the second commandment. Now, this comes from Exodus chapter 20, verse 5, which says, "You shall not worship them or serve them, for I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers and the children, and on the third and the fourth generations of those who hate me." Now, Jewish tradition maintains that the first commandment is the commandment to believe in God. Now, Christian tradition has the first commandment as the prohibition on worshiping other gods. Eastern Orthodox reckoning agrees that the second commandment is the prohibition of idols. Now, all of these commandments fall under the category of a monotheistic and iconoclastic mandate. They are meant to teach us to worship God alone and not to make representations of Him or any other gods. Jesus explains that these commandments by saying, quote, "I am the Lord your God, I am a jealous God," in Exodus chapter 20, verse 5. Now, does this mean that God is jealous in the sense of petty, selfish jealousy that takes offense when attention or affection are directed elsewhere? Of course not. God is jealous in the same that loving husband is jealous over his wife. Now, if your spouse told you, "I don't care whether you see other people, it doesn't bother me," you would be alarmed that he or she no longer holds your wedding vows as sacred. It would bother you that your spouse had such little affection for you that infidelity was not even an issue. It would be clear and certain sign that your spouse cared little for you and for your relationship. Now, the Hebrew word for jealousy or kana is also translated as zeal. The term jealous God could be translated as zealous God or even impassioned God. God is passionately in love with his people. He is like a steadfast and faithful husband who does not waver in his affection or commitment to his bride. Now, because of that, he will not tolerate the worship of other gods, nor will he allow the worship of idols. He feels the same way about idolatry and paganism that a faithful husband would feel about his wife having an affair. Now, God's fidelity should encourage us to adopt the same standard of jealousy and devotion to Him alone. Just as a faithful and steadfast wife would shun the affections of other men and refuse their flirtatious gifts and suggestive advances, we should be resolved to give no room of idolatry and paganism in our lives. God is passionately in love with us, and we should return that passion. And that, guys, is the second commandment. Join us on the next episode as we go over the third one, and I'll see you then. Shalom.